The next topic in section 7.5 is variation. The variation is when two quantities relate proportionally. So two quantities vary directly if one is a product of a constant and the other. And that constant is called K. It's the constant of variation. Now, variation questions, they're going to be phrased very specifically. So when they say y varies directly as x, we can set up this equation. When they say y varies directly as the square of x, we would set up this equation. It's the same thing except for x is squared. And same with the cube. So a question would be potentially y varies directly as x, y is equal to 28 when x is equal to 4, find y when x is equal to 3. So you substitute in the known values of x and y first to find k. And that's really the 28 and the 4. And then you can divide and you can figure out what k is. So again, I'm using this equation and substituting x and y in. Once you get k, then you can use that value to make the variation equation that relates y and x. So I actually have the 7 instead of k. And then you can use it to find specific values. So it says find y when x is equal to 3. Well, if you plug in 3 for x, you can figure out that y is 21. So on question number 1, it says y varies directly as x. Y is equal to 65 when x is equal to 5. Find y when x is 12, 23, and 27. So I'm going to make a chart of my values. They don't always give you this many values. They could give you more, they could give you less. But they tell us that y is 65 when x is 5. And we don't know what y is when x is all of these other values. So the one where they give you both the x and the corresponding y, we want to use that pair to find k. So I'm going to use my general template, which is y is equal to kx, and I'm going to plug in these values to find k. And k is equal to 13. So now I'm going to rewrite the general equation, but instead of putting k, I now know that k is equal to 13. So once you have that, you can use it to find what y is when x is equal to those values, or these other ones down here. So that's going to be 3 different questions. So y is equal to 13 times 12, y is equal to 13 times 23, and y is equal to 13 times 27. So this will be 156 when it's equal to 12, 299 when it's equal to 23, and 351 when it's equal to 27. So again, this really is how the two quantities relate. So as you change x, it's going to change what y is, because they're varying directly.